Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at a figure that I've waited a long time to pull the trigger on, and I'm very happy to say that I have finally done it, and that is the Jada Toys Cyberpunk Edgerunners David. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collecting. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. All right, taking a closer look at the package here, you can see almost everything he comes with. Some other stuff kind of hidden back here. But man, what a complicated box. Like, not only do we have this cutout right here, this little edge. Hey, it's an Edgerunner. But we also have this little indent right here. I mean, I'm not sure how much this like really adds to the design of the package. I mean, I could take it or leave it. We have a nice little opening on the top so you can let some light down into the figure. I think that's really nice. We have the Cyberpunk Edgerunners logo there, but the artwork of David on this side. I think I would have rather have the, if I was an in-package collector, I think I would have rather had the logo over here because it's broken up by all these folds, and then have the art. But some nice spot varnish right there on the logo. But I love the back of this. Look at this. We don't need any cross sale, even though we do get this character here. Sorry, I don't know their names. I watched the first episode of this trying to get into it for this toy review. I just really couldn't get into it. The animation is phenomenal, and I love the Cyberpunk world. I just couldn't get into the story. Now, I have played Cyberpunk 2099, and it is really, really cool. I played it to completion. I finished it, so I enjoyed that game. But this is just a really cool looking anime, futuristic looking character. And I'm just really excited to get my hands on it, mess around with it, and see what's going on here with all the soft goods and everything, because I'm loving their Street Fighter line. So like I'm down for this. I can't wait. So yeah, let's get David opened up and take a closer look at everything he comes with. All right, taking a closer look at all of the accessories that David comes with. If I could pick up this string. He does come with like this little string colored in gold with a little golden cross on it, which is really nice. I know he had this in the show. Not sure this is something that I would put on him because, as you can see, the string is, you know, it's got some memory to it. Like maybe if it could hang like that, but I wouldn't want it like to poke out of his jacket or anything, or poke up off of him, stand up off of him. He does have this nice little blaster. It's not very detailed in the sculpt or the paint, just cast in gray, has a little bit of red on it. No porthole on the tip for blast effects or anything like that. He does come with this piece. Okay, man, I got the butterfingers today. This piece, which is like an augment for his arm, and it is a cannon that raises up out of his arm when you can see where it plugs in, and then how it's got like this little yellow blaster part of it right there. So that's why it's skin tone. He does come with two hands, so he has two fists on horizontal hinges, and there's some very nice sculpting and paintwork detail on the two fists. You know, because they are cybernetic parts, they are augments. He does come with a left hand that's gesturing, and I think this is to work in conjunction with this blaster. So it is a gripping hand, but I think it is, you know, meant to like work with that. And then on his right hand, he does have a trigger finger blaster holding hand on a vertical hinge, which I really like. And he does come with two head sculpts, one very angry and then one with a very stoic face, and they have very similar but not identical hair sculpts. This one has some hair hanging down in the front, this one does not. Yeah, and you can see some of the nice paint work going on around. So there are some of his augments. He's got a little port back there The back of the hair looks very similar, and then very clean paintwork all the way around. I think I would have liked, there is a little bit of wash or a little bit of dry brushing, I can't tell on the hair, but a little bit more would have been nice. But I mean, that's not, something that we can't take care of ourselves, but there is a little bit there. It's very subtle, but it does look nice, and the eyes are very nicely painted, so it's looking pretty good. And here is David just straight out of the package, just as he comes. He comes with the two fists installed in the stoic head. And man, I could just getting him out of the package and just, handling him from the package to the rotating base, he feels really, really good. I have no doubt that this guy is going to be just as nice and just as, you know, poses just as nicely as like the Street Fighter figures. He feels same quality. Yeah, this guy looks great. I'm really glad to see them getting into some soft goods, because what I would love is for them to get into some soft goods with their Street Fighter line. A good friend of mine, who you guys may be hearing more from in the future, my friend Scott, and I were having this same exact conversation about how much cooler their Street Fighter figures would be if they had soft goods, and how much would we be willing to pay if they added soft goods into the line. And that kind of came up from the soft goods Kung Fu accessory set that I put on my Jada Toys Street Fighter Fei Long. And man, like not even like a day later, I got this guy in the mail. So it's really cool to see them going down that road, and I hope we get more of this in the future. And it might be why this guy is just a little bit higher in price than your Street Fighter figures. And so let's get David off the rotating base and take a closer look at all that really cool detail. All right, taking a closer look at all of the detail here, David is really, really cool with this soft goods fluorescent jacket. It looks really nice. There is a wire that goes around the entire hood or the entire collar. So if you wanted to lay the collar down and expose a little bit of that blue color, you certainly could. You could actually get it to go down all the way around and lay flat if you'd like. You're not going to have a problem with that, but it looks really cool, kind of like folded up. But I do like bending down the front just a little bit. Just get some of that blue color exposed. You can see the nice design that goes all the way down. He does have stitched pockets. Now, they're not functional. You can't put anything inside of there. They're not usable at all. You have a gray liner for the front where it'll be exposed, and none in the back where it won't be. And the sleeves. Now, the sleeves are much longer. They do go all the way down. I believe that this was, if I remember correctly from the first episode, which I watched a couple of months ago, I believe this was his mom's jacket. I believe it's like an emergency workers, like an EMS jacket. But let's see here. Do I need to take those? No, I don't even have to take the gloves off, the hands off. They work pretty. The sleeves are big enough. But yeah, just looking at that detail, yeah, this feels very much like a Street Fighter body. I love the color of plastic that they chose because it's got a nice like matte finish. It doesn't look shiny at all. And you've got a lot of detail here on the back. You've got some of that paint design for his spinal augmentation, his gear, like all the way up into the back. So like if you bend him forward, it's not going to break the illusion. And you got some nice sculpted work, some paint work right there. And then of course the head, you have that double ball peg system. So, too far. So you can shunt the head forward, back a little bit, but you can get him looking all the way down, which is great. And then you can get him looking up a fair amount, which is also great. And then all the kind of movement and bobble you want, because you've got all of that range of motion right there. Some nice butterfly joints. Arm can go back that far, can cross over in front of him in his chest that far without even bending the elbow. So that's really good. Arms can go all the way around. You've got that bicep swivel. You've got double jointed pinless arms, which can bend that far, looking really good. Of course, you've got the peg and hinge system for the hands. You have nice diaphragm cut here, so you can get that swivel or that bobble side to side. You can crunch forward that far and then crunch back that far. What do we have here at the waist? It's got a little bit of movement, but not a lot. So I don't want to like force it. But yeah, it's really tight right there at the waist. This belt here looks like it's a separate piece from the pants. You can kick, I don't know if I can, there's not really a drop down, but you can kick forward that far. The pants do right up just a little bit. If you kick all the way forward, you can kick out to the side that far. He can bend back that far. Let's see here. I do feel a thigh swivel at the top of the thigh, and then I'm assuming they're pinless but double jointed knees. And then let's see, we do have a boot swivel, which is really nice, and then a hinge with some nice strong detents and forward facing pin for moving that foot back and forth. And I'm not even going to attempt to take these pants off, so I'm going to leave that to somebody else out there in YouTube land. I don't need to see what's going on underneath these pants, to know what's going on. And then we have this really nice jacket. It's a really nice, like, I hope you can hear the way that sounds. Plasticky kind of material, the same kind of material you would think a jacket like this would be made out of. And then let's look here about how this arm, okay, so we see like there's a little space for your thumbnail to get in there, and you have this little piece that we can pull out, and it is keyed, so it only goes in one way. And then we have that piece that can, here, let's bend that down so you can plug that in. And my goodness, this little, looks like a spaceship for his arm. It doesn't plug in very tightly. It will pop out, but there you have it. That's what that looks like, and it's not bad. If you play the Cyberpunk games, you know about the augmentation that you can do to your body and have things upgraded, and that looks pretty neat. I don't know if he'll stay on my shelf like that, but it is pretty cool that he has that option. And I tell you what, you got to be careful with this little thing, because like Robo says, that thing falls down into the carpet monster. You're never getting that again. Let's see what the other head looks like. I'll go ahead and put the chain, the necklace on him, just so we can see what that looks like. It would have been really cool if he had some weapon storage, like if he had a holster or something maybe on the back of that belt to holster his belt. But you do have these like straps that look like they're part of, I don't know, they're either suspenders that he's taken off, or they are, straps maybe that should belong to the jacket. I don't know. I don't remember from that first episode what they were actually connected to. I'm just going to pretend like they're suspenders that he's pulled off. And now the fist wants to give me trouble. And there we have it. We've got the jacket back on. We've got his necklace and the new head. And I love rolling the sleeves up a little bit, just pulling them up. They stay naturally right there, so that's really cool. And he looks great. So let's get him standing straight up and down. And let's just do a couple of little size comparisons here. So let's bring in Fei Long from Jada Toys, which is like one of the shorter characters that I have. And you can see that he is shorter than David. And then I'll bring in DJ, which, I don't know, is he or Bison maybe the tallest I have? Yeah, he and DJ are kind of like neck and neck. They're kind of like even Stevens there. And then here is a Marvel Legends Daredevil figure. And then here we have old Bill Bones Broken Shield from Mythic Legions. And you see he adequately pairs well with 6-inch scale lines. And you guys know like what a Black Series or a G.I. Joe Classified Series figure would look like. So let's get this guy into some poses and see how he poses up. This guy is a lot of fun. Now, you don't get a lot of hand options, but you do get some face options, which is really nice. I would have probably preferred, maybe a couple of more hands. Just like maybe some splayed out hands or some gesturing hands, I think would have gone a long way, because you could do a lot with just a few hand choices. But I would have really liked some different ones than just the ones we got. Maybe a left hand holding, like a left gun holding hand. Hey, but maybe he doesn't need one since he already has like a hidden cannon on his left arm. But I love the soft goods, the different textures, the soft sort of cottony pants, but the plasticky jacket. The wires in the jacket are nice. The figure feels really good in hand. I love the quality of plastic that Jada Toys is using. To me, it's some of the best plastic in the retail space for a figure that you can go inside of a regular store and buy. They just look great. Now, I've never caught these in my local Target. Some people have. I've never seen them in the almost a year that they've been out. But I had to order this one from Amazon, and he keeps going up in price. He used to be like 42, then he was 45 when I got him, and he's up to 49. And I just saw that he even topped 54 recently. So the price is definitely fluctuating. So play the long game and get a deal where you can. This guy moves good. He looks good. And that's just coming from somebody who's not even a fan of the show. Like, I have played the game, but this character is not in the game. Not that I know of. But man, would I love to see them go and do like Johnny Silverhand from the game. That would be fantastic. Or even V, the protagonist. If that is the character's name, if I remember correctly. Gosh, it's been a while since I played that game. But yeah, this guy looks good, he moves good, and he's a lot of fun. He's going to look great on my shelf. He definitely is a fun toy to look at and a fun toy to play with. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.